Welcome to Heart Magic Mondays with Empress Lysa. It's so lovely to talk into the woe is me. Have you ever had those people who incessantly complain about 52 million things simultaneously while describing all the reasons why it's absolutely valid and true? And how, over the series of the last 7 days, so many things have repeatedly gone wrong and gone bad that you need to hear about it? This series is dedicated to the helpers and healers of the world who truly want to show up, love, and make a difference. I am particularly acquainted with the woe is me. I have been exposed to this powerful, potent personality for many, many years, and is one thing that's really important to understand about the woe is me is that they believe that sympathy and pity are synonymous with love. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do when we recognize that a woe is me has shown up in our world is to really, really understand that what they're looking for is love. And the way that they think it's the best way to get that is actually to complain about everything that is unfair, unworthy, unacceptable in this world in order to really get the message out that life is not fair. Obviously, if you're like me, we've come to accept that life is perfection as it is. Our role is to simply align, trust, and accept this fact. Now, if you are living this way like me, then actually encountering a woe is me personality in our outside world is very confronting. The objective of a woe is me is to lure you into their web of detail, circumstance, and pivotal storytelling to really get you enraptured into the theme line of woe is me, life isn't fair, why does this always happen, woe is me. Now, it may not sound exactly like that when they come at you with their story, but rest assured that's the bottom line. They are pitching to you the core theme that life is not fair. And what you'll know is that they will try to ensnare you with the details of their story in order to keep you captive to the theme line that they are pushing. So if you have ever generously shown up with a listening ear to a woe is me, and lost 2 hours of your life through the incessant storytelling, there is another way, and I really want to clarify that for you. The best thing that we can do for a woe is me is actually open our hearts. It's not the easiest thing, because we initially really seize up and we think to defend our hearts because we can feel the pulling energy of these people. The natural response for an empath or intuitive is to put up the heart walls, blocking us from being able to experience this torrent of negative energy. However, the reality is that the more that we can literally sit there with an open heart and truly hear, the more the woe is me is actually going to resonate with a sense of being loved. There is one sentence that will be so pivotal and so powerful. I'm really listening to you. Tell me more. Now, this might feel like a mistake to ask the woe is me to tell you more. But if they really feel like they've got the safety and the assurance to be heard, this is actually going to be meeting a core need for these people. When you're able to truly convey that you want to hear this person with love, the next most powerful thing you can do is reassure them that you have complete confidence in their ability to move through this series of challenges. Let me give you an example. Sally, I'm hearing you. I'm really hearing how challenging and difficult and frustrating everything has been that's been happening for you lately. I know that you're going to be able to come through this. How does that feel? Is that realistic? Is that something that you feel like you can actually bring forward? Do you have complete confidence that the person in front of you literally has the power and capacity to move through what they're experiencing? Here's actually the behind the scenes secret in how you can truly affect change with a woe is me. The reality is that this powerful part of the human ego is actually pervasive throughout all of humanity. Not only does it exist with very strong and very intentional personas that are very, very clearly in an external position of woe is me, there's actually a part within all of us. A part within us that feels victimized, misunderstood, that has really decided that life is unfair and that we individually are unfortunate. The most powerful way that we can actually offer compassion to anyone outside of us showing an external display of the woe is me is by first accepting the woe is me within ourselves. Yes, I confess, there is a little Suki, whingy, wah wah, life isn't fair, woe is me, how did this happen to me? And if we can grip her, and hold her, and show up in love, and let her know, Lysa, I'm hearing you, tell me what you feel is unfair. And the more that we can lovingly embrace this part of ourselves and really listen to that complaining, whinging, woe is me part within ourselves, we're actually going to connect with something really powerful. You see, the woe is me at the real base core intentional level is actually a powerful change agent. If the woe is me is effectively heard, it will actually empower us with the capacity to change what we're doing and actually show up in power. Why isn't this happening? The reason why the woe is me is not heard externally in the outside world is because it's very, very rare to have a skill set where we can hear our internal woe is me. And this is something that I've dedicated a significant portion of my life to really hearing and understanding, really listening to that inner complainer that really wants its moans and groans to be heard and acknowledged. What I can promise you is that if you can actually, powerfully, patiently allow yourself to truly hear and witness the woe is me voice within yourself, that inner complainer, the one that really wants you to believe that life isn't fair and that these certain things shouldn't have happened, the more we have the capacity to lovingly hold someone outside of us in love, in the same energy. The gift of the woe is me is that you will connect with purpose and power. The more we can recognize our power, our patience, our perseverance, and as our soul feels acknowledged, that's when we return to the alignment of our purpose and the alignment of our power. You have a woe is me showing up outside of you, whinging and complaining at work, on the bus, whether it's your mother-in-law or your cousin. I really want you to call to attention your ability to listen to that part of yourself and practice with this person. Allow yourself to listen and allow yourself to remind them, I know that you are going to move through this. And as we're able to socially convince somebody else from the genuine love from the bottom of our hearts that we have full confidence in their ability to rise through their circumstances, we return to a knowing that we too have that power to rise through our circumstances and transmute and cultivate them into power and purpose. So if you want to experience more Heart Magic Mondays with Empress Lysa, please subscribe, and I would love to see you back next week for my weekly episode where we're going to be talking about all things how to show up and truly make a difference, living from peace and love. There's a cow coming. He's watching us. He wants to see what we're filming. Sense of purpose. Oh, she's a bit upset. She can't get through the fence. Why am I whispering? I don't know why I'm whispering.